Hi, and welcome back to Armchair Pundits. Today you've got myself, James, you've got Leon, and you've got Phil. How you doing, guys?
What's good?
Not too bad, bro.
So this week it's going to be a short one. We're just going to focus on our two games. Having a little play around of our format at the moment, but we shall see how it all goes. So, as you were at the game, Leon, and you played against Philip's Man United, we'll kick off with you two. Who wants to go first?
Go on, Leon.
All
Go on, Leon.
I'll go first.
Yeah.
Well, must say, obviously, I'm very pleased with the result. 2-0. Can't ask for much more than getting 3 points against United. It's our first 3 points at home in a new stadium. They've had a little bit of a hoodoo with us. We struggled for many years to beat Man U, and then we had a couple of sporadic results here and there, but happy with the result, happy with the performance. We rode our luck in the first half. Bruno and Rashford had two absolute sitters for headers.
Oh yeah,
headed chances, which both of them basically fluffed their lines on. But second half, I think Ange Postecoglou mentioned it in his interview that the players seemed a bit tentative. They were a bit nervous. Obviously, first home game against a big team. They were a bit tentative in the first half, but he showed them examples of what they could do when they just were a little bit more relaxed, took their time, and made the right decisions. And you could see, especially with the way we control possession, I haven't seen us play like that in a long time. And there weren't too many instances where, even when we were trying to play out from the back, where we looked really, really like on edge. Whereas in the past with certain players in the starting 11, we've always looked tentative, we've always looked nervous. But now we've got a group of players who all feel comfortable with the ball, all look confident with the ball. And yeah, it was really impressive to see how Postecoglou wants the team to play. And I know, obviously, given the way that we conceded some of those chances, it's going to be risky, but we were conceding these chances when we had Mourinho and Conte with the low block, low defensive line. So to me, at least we're going for it, trying to create chances. I think the only problem we have again is up front. Richarlison didn't really offer much. Son and Kulusevski just haven't really regained that form that they had when we finished fourth under Conte, and we really need them to step up because we are going to struggle in certain games. You can see if we don't get goals. But right now, riding the wave, and hopefully more good results to come. Hopefully it's a new era for us.
Frida just smiling throughout the whole thing. So guys, say your piece.
Yeah, I was smiling. I was laughing because it's crazy how one game is just riding a wave. It's just one game, Just one game. I understand you're happy you won at home against United, as you said, haven't done it in a long time. Riding a wave, not sure about that. It's just one game. The wave isn't. There's no wave
for us, man. Because look, we lost Kane. There was a lot of doom and gloom last season. So when I say wave, I'm talking about a wave of enthusiasm, not a wave of we're going to qualify for the Champions League or anything like that. But showing that we're going into a new era and we're looking to play better football, which is something that we haven't been really seen in the last 2-3 seasons.
So you haven't beaten us a long time while you've had Kane, right? So when Kane left.
Oh, they have.
No, we have beaten you, but it's very sporadic. We hadn't beaten you in the last 3 seasons. So,
yeah, I mean,
since that 6-1, we hadn't beaten you since the 6-1. So
it might have been the jinx. Anyway, for my opinion with the Man United game, I'm happy actually. I'm not happy that we haven't got 3 points. But I was even saying to my friends in my chat group that I do not want Man United to win this game. The reason why I don't want Man United to win any games until the transfer window closes. Because if we win games, we won't buy anyone. The club will think, oh, everything's fine. The team's cool, the blah, blah, blah. But we have no cohesion in the midfield, 100%. Mount, Bruno, Casemiro, it's not quite working right now. It's all quite new, so that could be a reason why it's very, very new. So there's no cohesion there, and I don't think Casemiro has the legs for what Ten Hag's wanting. So I think that's another reason why we're trying to get Amrabat in, which is vital. We need him ASAP. So this is the reason why, while watching the game, I wasn't sad at all, because I was thinking, yes, we need to lose this game, so we'll be forced to improve the squad, especially in midfield. So next game
to
as
lose,
well.
you know, wanting to lose. If you said wanting to draw, wanting to lose,
No. I know Man United. We have to do so bad. We have to lose in order for something to change. When we lose, I mean, think, oh my days, this is actually crazy. You know when we lost 3 games in a row last season? It was crazy. We need something to shock the club, so then we actually make a move, and we desperately need at least I'll say 2 midfielders.
I understand what you're trying to say in terms of wanting your chairman or whatever to bring the checkbook out, but you can't afford to be losing games against anyone because of the way your league is.
No,
the
but
league's gonna be tight.
I don't expect Man United to win the league, and second place. So top 4, I'm fine this season because we're still building. It's not the Man United that maybe people think it should be. We're not at that stage yet. I personally think Man United need another 2 seasons before we can start speaking. Oh yeah, definitely top 3 candidates. Obviously, we spent money, but money in football right now is meaningless. People just spend. So yeah, you spent so much money. It doesn't matter how much we spent, because you can say, look, Enzo, Chelsea spent big peas on him, and his last game, people were cussing him in it. So obviously people need time. Yeah, and Caicedo. Obviously people need time. So the money factor. Oh, you spent this much money. You shouldn't be speaking like this. You should be expecting to be beating Tottenham. You should be expecting to be finishing top 3. I understand it, but the whole football game has changed. Money means nothing. So I'm not saying I'm happy we lost the game, but it's what we needed in order for the club to do what we need to do. That's my stance on it.
But what you've got, you've had a whole preseason. Shouldn't have been ironed out though, because it's not like Mount came like last second. Mount was there on preseason tours, so shouldn't a system have been ironed out? Like, for instance, like we had no DM, so it's different. That's a fundamental gap that's missing from how we play. You've got players to play the way you want to play, so you should have. For me, you should be performing better because you've got players to play a system that should get you wins, regardless if you get more bodies in. Because you want to get rid of McTominay, I get it, but that game called for McTominay. It called for you not to play Mount, maybe, bring him off the bench or whatever, and play McTominay and sit him next to Casemiro. But like I said, that wouldn't help your cause because you'd win the game and I think there's no problem. But they really said he's staying. So in that regard, if you're not selling McTominay and you're not selling Slabhead, then
bro, for a moment I was thinking what, and then I realised
I was thinking who, but then I realised
Maguire. Sorry, you're not selling him.
Ten Hag is just trying to prove a point. That's the way he likes to play. That's the players he likes to play with. He's, let's even call it stubborn. He's trying to prove a point, saying, with my system, with my total football, these are the players that I think that, because to be honest with you, I don't understand why he really started Garnacho again. I would have already put him on the bench and probably started Sancho as a false 9 because we can clearly see Rashford is not a striker.
Is Martial injured or coming back from injury? He came on, but he's coming back from injury.
That guy's been injured for 8 years. He's injured for 8 years, bro. He's always come back from injury.
Because Anthony didn't offer much either, to be honest with you.
No, he's been poor as a 90 million. I think it was 90 million or something like that.
No, not 90 million.
Okay, maybe it was 90 million euros.
Maybe he was in the 80s. He was in the 80s, for sure.
He's been poor for what he's been bought for.
Like, but you're saying it again for what he's been bought for. Money doesn't mean nothing anymore, bro.
Okay,
it really doesn't.
Okay, he's been poor for Man United's standard.
Yes, that's better because money means nothing in football anymore.
He's been poor from Ten Hag standard. Let's be honest. When Ten Hag had him at Ajax, so he should know where his capabilities
exactly
are.
what's going on.
So
Yeah.
that adapting to the Premier League and all that stuff, it has less of a meaning because he's playing under a manager that knows exactly how to get them, or should know exactly how to get the best out of him because he literally had him the season
playing
prior.
that same system.
Yeah, but
He's playing that same system.
but he's not
He's
playing
got
the same
he's
league.
got a dead right back though.
But he hasn't got a dead right back, and he's
dead
not,
up. Then they did Ajax.
okay. But he's playing in a brand new league for his first season. So are you guys telling me his first season was a bad season? That's what I'm trying to say, because
I don't think it was that great. I don't think it was that great.
You think he had a good season?
I don't think he had a good season.
No, I'm saying it was a bad season because for his first season in the Premiership at the age of 21, he got 8 goals. Are you trying to say it's a bad season? For his first
season,
he had a better season than Sancho, but it wasn't a good season, no.
Because of the price, or because it's Man United for first season?
Because it's Man United.
Yeah.
Like if he has stats for a mid-table team, then you're like, okay, cool. But he also, like you're saying, it doesn't matter about the money. But he's joining Man United. It's a high-profile team. They have higher expectations than someone playing for Brighton. Even like you can compare. Did Matoma have a better season than Anthony? Most definitely. How much did he cost? A hell of a lot less. Who does he play for? Brighton.
Yeah, but guys, man, you guys are talking like the pressures are the same. It's different playing for Brighton and then playing for Man United. It's completely different pressure every single day. So I understand what you're saying. Matoma did better and he was a lot cheaper, blah blah blah. But he's not playing in the same pressure. So,
but you also bought because it's believed that you can handle that pressure. It comes with being bought for a top club. So he was bought as a top boy in Ajax. He was a top boy in Ajax.
This season, then let's judge him on this season, not the first season. I don't judge people on their first season because to me,
neither do I fully.
It's not really
fully, but he hasn't started off very well. He's got many games to go. He's still got 36 more games to go, but he hasn't started off at the best.
I personally think he's shown a lot of stuff that people don't speak about. They only speak about the negatives because that's what we do in life, innit? But I've seen a lot of positives from him that I think at the age of 21, by the time he hits 24, 25, 26, I've seen some good stuff, some good potential there. But
it's going to be interesting. It's going to be interesting anyway because obviously, if you read the press, there's a few things going on in the background with him and his girlfriend, so that could play a part to what happened last season and what's happening now. So it could be a case. Yeah, it could be a case where we're not seeing everything, but we'll move because as much as I like talking about football, enough Man United. We move on to our game.
Don't be a hater.
Move on to our game and positives from the game. Szoboszlai looks like a very, very, very good signing so far. Had a very good game. McAllister was having a good game until the referee spoiled it by incorrectly sending him off. And then VAR. Hold on. So let me. Was it not a red card? Was it a red card for it?
Yeah.
Tell me. Explain why. Because there's no force. It was side foot, and their feet were pretty much the same height.
It looked like to me that his studs were up.
And if you look properly, they're both of their feet, and he got him on the side. Number one. Number two. Number two. Exact same tackle happened. Man City versus Newcastle with what's his name? With Bruno. He gets a yellow card.
Yeah,
but we're asking for consistency, and that's what VAR is there for. The game after our game, the Tottenham game, you had Porro smash into Bruno in your game. It wasn't even a free kick or a foul. Just played on. So we get a red card. Your game, there's no foul, and the game after, it's just a yellow card. So I'm sorry, even if they didn't happen, that's not a red card. That's not a red card because there was no force. He didn't lunge in. All the parameters for red cards were not there. But for some reason, VAR decided not to intervene. It was just a joke. But our boys handled it. When it happened, we're bringing on our new signing Endo, who we all wanted to see what would happen, and we won. We scored a third goal, and we handled it well. Like we started off really badly. I was sitting there thinking, what is going on? We can see the goal after 1 minute, and you think, okay, it's offside. You've had your wake up call. Now settle, and then within 2-3 minutes, it's almost exactly the same thing. I don't know. They're saying Trent is not used to being in centre midfield. Should have the ball been passed to him in that position where he can't look over his shoulders? Wherever it was shambolic. But I give the guys credit because they dealt with that, and then they just calmed down after that. They calmed down and they stopped rushing. And we started playing, and the quality came through. Like we have some people who I just don't get. There are some fans that are saying that one guy was saying somewhere that why didn't we? They're watching the Man City game and they're saying, look how Man City have closed out the game. Like, why didn't we do that? And I was like, we had 10 men. How are we going to close out a game? How Man City closed out a game when we've got 10 men? Like, how many teams close out games perfectly with 10 men? You come under the pump when you've got less players. It's just natural. You sit back in and the overload comes in. So for me, yeah, go ahead.
And I'll say you're not quite Man City either, so.
We don't play like them.
Yeah, so, you're not Man City, so that's another point.
There was even people calling, we were 1-0 down, another person saying, Klopp needs to go now. I'm like, what is going on? We're 1-0 down after 3 minutes, and people are calling for Klopp to get sacked. Like, what is going on?
Wait.
If
Klopp have no patience, no more, bro. No more patience.
I said it in another group.
No patience.
If Klopp went tomorrow, and he said, I'm open to manage any club, every club, bar Man United, bar Man City, would say, let's go, let's take him. Man United probably not because you've got Ten Hag. But if Ten Hag was in a rocky stage and Klopp said, yeah, I'll come to Man United, they'll say, let's go. And I'll give him any money he wants.
No, they wouldn't.
Man United will take Klopp.
Man United would not take a Liverpool manager, bro.
I think they would.
I'll be very, very, very surprised and shocked if they took a Liverpool manager.
I'd be happy that they wouldn't take him.
Very surprised.
You never know. There's no notice in football.
They're crying for him to. Well, not everyone, but the fans are crying for him to go. Who are they expecting to come in and replace him with?
Exactly.
I don't think they think that far though. They just want.
There's some change that's going to be miraculous.
No, but I think some people blame Klopp for what's going on. They don't blame the owners that are not giving him money because you have some reporters that will come out and say, well, this is Klopp's man, or Klopp says this and Klopp says that. Not realizing that really and truly Klopp is just playing the company. The company line. Well. Some people don't like it. Well. Some people don't like him playing the company line, but at the end of the day, that's a good manager. Look, how many managers have you seen that don't play the company line, that stay, and then at the end of it, the team gets better? It doesn't happen.
No.
Our owners will give you a budget. Whether it's Klopp, whether it's Pep, whether it's Ten Hag, you'll get that budget and you go and work with that budget. And Klopp has proved he's worked wonders with that budget. And for me, he needs to continue with it. Like, Szoboszlai, it looks like it's going to be a fantastic signing. McAllister, for me, it looks like it's going to be a great signing for us as well. Endo, cool. Klopp has said that he's seen him and he likes what he's seen. People are judging him because he's 30 and he's Japanese and hasn't played in the top league. But funny, as a DM, people are all now awestruck by what Caicedo does and the DM's job is to hassle, to give the ball to your better players, to cover gaps. You don't need to be a fantastic passer of the ball. You need to be able to read the game. Read the game and be in the right positions. And from what I've seen of clips, granted there's clips and footage from the World Cup, he reads the game well, he covers, he passes the ball safely to better players on the pitch, and he gets stuck in. Should he be our first choice defensive midfielder? I wouldn't be the happiest, but I'd rather him be playing DM than McAllister and Jota and Trent, because I guarantee he's better than them. And I'm actually now looking forward to seeing what he can do as our DM with Soboslai and McAllister ahead of him, and us potentially controlling midfield games again.
So, are you having worries about Klopp? Or apparently they say he's never actually restructured a team before. Are you having worries about that?
Not really, in being completely honest, because let's be honest. If we have this right, because some people say that us bidding for Caicedo was a fake bid. We're never going to do it. It was just for whatever. But if he had got his first target, Caicedo, we'd have a quality DM. And his rebuild right now would look really good. You have a midfield of Caicedo, Soboslai, and McAllister. That would be a fantastic midfield. If his second choice, in Lavia, if he chose to come to us, then you have a really highly rated young DM. That would be a good midfield as well. So we've now got a journeyman, but an experienced guy that hasn't really reached this standard before. But it's still, looking at it, we have a chance of having a good season. The rebuild that he's doing is looking okay. But if he's not given the full funds to do what we want, because what I don't understand is, after we bid for those two guys, yes, Klopp might have said, okay, I want Endo as my next guy because we can't get those. There's still a chance we can go and get another top midfielder because we've apparently still got 100 million left, right? to spend. We've still got 100 million left to spend.
You have 100 million for Caicedo, but we don't have 50 million for Lavia. So until it was too late.
Yeah,
until it was too late.
So for me, apparently we chose Endo over Amrabat. Maybe apparently, but again, we never know. This is all reporters saying that we did that. But apparently that's what we've done. We've chosen.
But he may not have been interested in Liverpool because he wants to go United, because that's all that we posted for.
Exactly. That's what I've heard all summer. Then all of a sudden he wants to come to Liverpool. No, I don't buy that. I buy that he doesn't want to come. So we went for Endo. But the Decore links from Crystal Palace, we've probably left it too late because they're probably sitting there thinking, even if you give us 70 million, who are we going to replace him with? That's going to do as good as he's done, as well as he's done. But we still, I think, to answer your question fully, if we get another midfielder and a centre back, then Klopp's rebuild is in really good shape. If we get another midfielder and not a centre back, it's still in decent shape because we can still compete, not Man City wise, but we can still compete to win the Carabao, to win the other cups and the Europa League. Champions League, no. Oh, sorry, Champions League, whatever, innit? Premier League, no. But I'm just happy. 10 men. Second half, we didn't concede with 10 men. We won the game, and we've started with a good away draw at Chelsea, and we won our first game at home. But we've got Newcastle and Aston Villa coming up next, which will be tough. And I pray that the red card gets rescinded.
Good luck with that one.
I would say I'll pray as well with Man United situation, but I don't think God is really looking over Man United with the whole advert.
Red Devils thing. Yeah, Devils thing. Yeah.
Let me not even say that.
Let's not go there.
But cool. Well, that's been the show for today. One happy guy, two happy guys. In fact, we've got three happy guys because you didn't win, and that's what you wanted. You've got three happy fans here this week.
Kind of happy.
So, kind of happy. But okay, cool. We'll see what happens next weekend. Thanks for watching, guys. Don't forget to subscribe. Don't forget to like. And to also check out our clips, our shorts on our Instagram. And the link for the Instagram will be in the bio underneath. Take care. Have a good evening. Peace.
In a bit.